I gotta be honest, at the rate I'm going, it's gonna be a long time before I beat it. Though, to be fair, I am trying to look at this more critically. I'm trying to be impartial here too. Because, you know, obviously I don't want to hate it just for the sake of hating it. Because there are like legitimate criticisms with this game. I just don't think a lot of people who are disliking it are really disliking it for the wrong reasons. Or for the right reasons. They just, you know. Because this one thing looks like this. It just... And I think, again, that there are a lot more important criticisms to this game. I don't know, I'm not really... Wait. There's also people who are new to the series and who will use it as the base more Silent Hill games. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I've already seen tons of people saying, oh, I've never played this series, but this game is really good. And you know, if they try playing something like 3 or even the original, they're not going to like it as much. Or they're just going to wait for those to get remade. Right, because I think again, within this game's like this game's, I guess, environment and setup, I think it would have benefited a lot. Like, it really, because of like it was the beginning, and you know, there wasn't all these things in the game. Like, it's not as deep as this one, and obviously you can't really do 3 without doing 1, because 3 is a direct sequel and shit. So obviously you wouldn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, they really should have just done the original. It would have done so much better, and I actually would have liked to see that. And you can add a lot more story that was just left out. I've seen fans actually shit talking about every other game then... Wait, they've been actually talking about every game besides 2? Why would you ever need this? It's worse. They put Silent Hill story on a pedestal and it's standalone, not connected to the other games. That hurts my head. I haven't seen it, but it hurts my head. Jesus Christ. The way the story is told, so then would not happen. Events and storyline without Silent Hill 1. Yeah. Exactly. Silent Hill 2 is like Season of the Witch. In terms of, like, say, Halloween. You know, Halloween 1, 2 are obviously connected. Halloween 3 is its own thing. Wasn't well, except, you know, Halloween 3 wasn't particularly liked back then because they didn't have Michael Myers, but this one, obviously, 1 and then 2, because obviously we didn't realize, within, you know, when that first came out, we didn't realize they were not connected narratively, I guess. And then 3 comes out and we find out that's a continuation of 1, and that's like kind of where it goes. Silent Hill started the nightmare with the cult using the town's power. 2 expanded on what happens after Silent Hill 1, and the town's power reflecting of the dark aspects of a person's psyche. Yeah. Which was probably the perfect way to do it. Because honestly, I'd say if they did, like, put Silent Hill 1, and then they did the story with 3, if like 2 was 3's story, and then they had 2 be here, it would be very Season of the Witch type of perception. I think people would be like, wow, why isn't the Order talked about? Why isn't this stuff talked about? So, it's amazing so they did this perfectly. How they structured it. Like, the 1, 3, 2, and then 3 continues on with part 1's story following Heather / Cheryl. I guess I should probably read this. I'm a Silent Hill 1 fan because my jerk of a brother played it so many times when it came out in 1999. And I cannot imagine... Did you have the very same experience as other people? Like, when they first played it, they played it for like a few minutes and they like turned it off and they got freaked out. He bought several PlayStation magazines with interviews and guides for Silent Hill. Nice. How long it'll take to solve the piano puzzle. See, that's also why I want a remake too. Just so people like these, like the fucking newbies, can suffer through that puzzle. It was disturbing as shit than Resident Evil. That's for sure. Oh yeah. But oh my god, if they remade it and they kept the piano puzzle like completely as it is, I would love to see people struggle through that. Just for the hell of it. Like I had to use a guide. Because I was like, what the fuck is going, like, it's obviously there is a way to solve it, but it's like, I don't know any of this crap, god damn it. Like he could have speedrun the game on the highest difficulty and get good plus ending and 10 rank stars while he's at it. Nice. Because I'm gonna find my daughter. He was so good, he even saved Lisa. Oh, Lisa. Yeah, one was good. I liked one. Wasn't my favorite, obviously, but I don't think I hated any of the games, any of the Team Silent games. Even though I kind of had my problems with The Room, I didn't hate that game. He appreciated the disturbing images, yeah. But one was fun. I think the only reason I had my only problem was the emulator, obviously, because, you know, it kept fucking up with me. But other than that, it wasn't bad. Every room, every area was a canvas. Yeah, I gotcha. But like I say, I didn't even hate The Room. Even looking back, I'm feeling, I start thinking about it as like, like that wasn't that bad. And then I start thinking about, you know, basically how I know we're talking about a different game, but you know what, fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. Fuck, people can do tangents, I'll do them regarding the games I've played. I think it is an interesting choice, and it's also still got nightmares about school, but the school and hospital. But back to The Room, I do find it interesting how, like, you are almost kind of your stream go full tangent. I do like in The Room how, like, it kind of gives you a false sense of security of going back to and forth into the room, because that's the best way to go and get yourself safe or get yourself healed. And then when you go get Eileen and then everything starts fucking up, that's really, honestly, from a perspective, that's really smart, because that's like your only real safe space. And then you realize when, no, it ain't, because all the fucking hauntings, and then it fucks, and then that's when it fucks with you. From a perspective, that is ingenious. The only issue is, like, I feel this was his mindset. Nightmare Town with monsters, fights, solve puzzles, save daughter, and escape. See, I think that's why the remaking it in that sense would probably work really well, and just kind of add obviously all the context would be very easy too. See, I think, but the thing with The Room is, I think if you remake it, I don't know if you put those things in the game, like going back and forth to your room and all that stuff, I feel like the average player today is not going to like that. I feel like they're going to really fuck that up, and it's going to make people are going to complain, because to them it's going to become really repetitive. But if you take that crap out, I think you're going to take something away from the game. You kind of take away the overall meaning and, you know, the incentive to go back and whatnot. I can't imagine that's going to be easy, the first person PT kind of way, I guess. But I think that, again, going back and forth to it, that's when people are going to complain. That would be really difficult to remake, and they'd really have to look at it, because because The Room is an ambitious title, and those moments do get kind of annoying. But when you understand it from a certain perspective, like obviously like a lot of Resident Evil games from a certain angle, it's actually kind of ingenious. Or higher, the Silent Hill was all about circumcision, nut job. He really relates to Walter Sullivan. Resident Evil Remake is the gold standard remakes. 1000% agree. That game added everything. It actually punched up the dialogue. It made the dialogue actually good. The music was absolutely gorgeous and fucking creepy. It added new enemies. It added a newer antagonist in Lisa, and it gave even more insight in the story, and it even tied in things with Code Veronica. Uh, Remake 2 has good foundation, but still flawed, and they change it in the removing of scenarios and zapping. I agree as well. Again, you had 4 fucking playthroughs, and from a narrative perspective and from story, it makes no goddamn sense. Like, on how they meet up and whatnot. Or how certain monsters they fight certain monsters when they probably shouldn't be doing that. It's weird, and that's kind of annoying. And it again, it annoys me that no one really points that out. I think like one person I know, well, maybe one or two. One who really pointed out once, and that was like a Razor Fist. I don't really care much for his reviews as much, but he did, like, probably the only person who actually even remotely said that was like the big issue with that game. RE3 Remake was a cheap cash job, reimagining functions. Oh yeah, yes, contextually when compared to the original, downgrade from it is a different story altogether. I have 3. I never touched it, mostly because of people kept saying stuff about it, and I kept wanting to I kept putting it off and thinking, well, I could always try streaming it. And the more I heard about it, the less I wanted to play it. That's another game I gotta get on.